Rebel Gaming Club Worst Pickup episode 116. What's going on, guys? I'm going to be going solo this week. The guys are working. In the rest of the club, I'll be honest, guys, I got almost zero time these days. Between work and trying to reform the River City Rebels, I've had almost no free time. So, you know, the options were, do I give you nothing? Or do I give you a little something? So I want to give you guys something, and hopefully next week we'll be back at it with a full roster. Hopefully you guys enjoyed last week's pickup. Obviously we had Dave Parks from D-Dave join the team, and that's really awesome. And it was a good team effort in general with the rest of the gang on board. So this is going to be short and sweet. Something to tide you over until next week. I did some thrifting this week. And that's rare lately because I just, like I told you, I had no time lately. But I did go out last Tuesday, so this is what I found. First up, for $1.75, we found this original Xbox controller. It's got the dongle. That was a good snag. Never have too many of those, you know what I mean? Like, controller-wise, it's good because you can play 4-player games on the Xbox. It's a lot of fun. Good to have an extra one. Found a couple DVDs. We got the Beatles, Yellow Submarine. And also this Blink-182 Presents Urethra Chronicles 2, which I don't think I've seen. So, two kind of cool DVDs to snag up. Found a few music CDs this week. We found this Jeff Buckley album. And if you guys haven't listened to him, great singer-songwriter. One rich man in town over the satisfied. Alternative rock-esque, died way too young, ended up drowning. So to find this was nice. Hopefully a few of you guys are out there familiar with Jeff Buckley. Found this Van Morrison Moondance album. I've bought this probably 5 times over, but every time I see it out in the wild, I have to snag it up because it is in my top 10 favorite albums of all time. Picked up this Green Day Dookie album. We know there was the 25th anniversary that just happened for this, and it's another one. I think I have it over in the CD collection, but for 50 cents, I'm always going to snag it, and maybe someone else doesn't have it and I can give it to them. Found the Supertones. This was a ska band and from Orange County, and they were on the religious front. They mixed hip-hop with ska, and it works really well. It just gets really preachy at moments, and that kind of loses me a little bit, but still pretty fun to listen to these guys. Next up, we got Mott the Hoople, Greatest Hits. If you guys like glam rock, this is your stuff right here. Essential, you know, 10 tracks, really well written. Really fun. Girlfriend did some thrifting on her own, and she snagged up this Last Chance Detectives. And this is a 3 VHS box set. It's a gift set. Once again, this is kind of like, what year did this come out? This must be like 90s at some point. And these are all about an hour long. And it's kind of like MacGyver meets Goonies, meets, you know, mystery detective show kind of deal. Really fun watch. There is some religious overtones once again in this, and but it's minimal. They just give you like a Bible lesson in the middle of an episode, but still a fun watch and a really good find. Found this for 50 cents at a Salvation Army, and that is the Human League. Really neat find, records in really nice shape. Found this DVD of season 1, or I guess the only season really, of Summer Heights High. You guys familiar with this show? I believe this was on HBO, and a lot of fun. It's this main guy was named Chris Lilly. He plays all 3 characters. It's about a high school in Australia, I do believe. So yeah, nice find too. Picked up for $1 this Pixel Junk Monsters Deluxe on the PSP. Fun game. I think I have it loose. I didn't have a complete copy, so now I do. For $2, found this Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. I already have this, but you know, maybe someone else out there doesn't and wants to make a trade. Last thrifting find was this Steve-O Professional Idiot, a memoir. Pretty neat. Probably give that a read. Go over in this old book collection of mine over here. I'll even set it over this way, just as a reminder to put it away when we're done with this. Amazon. I ordered something that was really nostalgic to me. Yeah, as I throw the fucking thing at the camera. Jesus Christ. This was a movie that I saw. What year did this come out? What fucking year did this shit come out? I should probably start researching this stuff before I just fire up the camera, so I'm not looking like a fucking idiot all the time. Alright, 1995. So I was a sophomore in high school when this came out. I remember renting this, and this movie is Angus.
I hate that guy.
And it's one that I've looked for quite a while. I finally was like, fuck it, on Amazon I'm gonna spend the $8 and order it, because I haven't found it in a while. And while I was at it, for another $5 I ordered the soundtrack. If you guys who don't know this movie, it's your typical high school fucking, you know, nerd versus jock kind of culture, trying to get through high school and you know, fall in love with girls and shit like that. A lot of fun. The soundtrack is incredible, and it has so many great bands. Green Day, Ash, Dancehall Crashers, The Muffs, Tilt, Pansy Division. Probably my favorite. Well, no, yeah, all right. It possibly could be my favorite soundtrack, because there's a lot of songs here that really inspired me to dig deeper in some of these bands. So, Angus right there. Went to GameStops, you know, went to a couple of them, because you know, I took like a 2-hour road trip and was able to hit a bunch of them up. Last week they had the clearance, 75% off their clearance, so I was able to snag up this Tomb Raider figure for $2.50, and also was able to pick up this Crash Bandicoot for $5. So, really good deal for both of those. Happy to have the collection at that price, you know. Did you guys see that Papa Pete just released a video? I guess it was his Christmas pickups. He's a little bit behind. He's been taking some time off, but I'll link that down below. You guys should obviously be subbed to him. You know, he's part of the club, and it's always fun to see his new pickup videos, because he's been taking a little bit of time off too to get his shit in order in life, you know, like we all got to do at moments. And hopefully you guys have been digging the Yesai Asha Let's Plays with the Real Farm he's been playing. I know he's had all kinds of issues with Matt Davis, but you know, he's getting over those issues. The farm's growing. We got a bunch of Wii titles over here that I snagged up. It's getting tougher and tougher for me to find Wii titles that I need for my complete set, but I'm getting lucky here and there and actually finding some. So, well, and there's a bunch of some PS3 games mixed in the litter too. We found this Overlord, Raising Hell. I've seen Overlord 1 and 2. I've never seen this one, so I don't know much about it, but you know, for $2.50, couldn't pass. Picked up this Arcade Volume 1, which has Bejeweled 2 and some other puzzle games. That's always nice for $2.50. One I needed for the collection, Safari Rescue, Go Diego Go. So we can cross that off the list. That's nice. We found a double of Flip's Twisted World. It seems to be fairly uncommon. It took me a long time to find a copy, so when I saw another one in the wild, I snagged it up, and hopefully I can help someone out that needs it. One I needed for the collection was this World Championship Poker All In. You'd think you'd see this everywhere, but for me, I might have seen it once before and passed on it thinking I already had it. So very uncommon title right here. So if you guys are out there and you're hitting the thrifts, you're hitting the GameStops, snag this one up if you're looking to go for a set, because you're going to have a hard time finding it in the future. Picked up this Warriors Legend of Troy. I picked this up months back, but it was a complete nice copy for $2.50, so I grabbed that in case someone else needs it. Same deal. Picked up Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. I've been looking for this one forever too, complete. You don't see this very often. You see the Xbox version a little bit more, but that's not the definitive version, because this is the director's cut, which they fixed up some of the control issues and I guess just made it a little more playable and a little more enjoyable. So for $9, that was a great find. One for the set, we needed this Captain America Super Soldier.
Get yourself to safety, soldier.
I never thought I'd make it. Thanks, Captain.
This is actually supposed to be pretty fun, and it's a Sega title, so there you go. Didn't have this one. This is Classic British Motor Racing. I'd never even seen this one, so really neat to add that to the collection and cross that off the list. Rogue Trooper. You saw I picked this one up, I think, at one of the last conventions. Yeah, I don't know. It's all a fucking blur these days. But once again, for $2.50, I snagged this up because I know it's really hard to find and I can help someone out down the road. Pumped on this one. This Chuck E. Cheese Super Collection. Never seen this damn thing. I did have to pay obviously $22 for it, but if you see it pop on it, guys, this I'd never seen. Who knows if you'll ever see it again. But another one to cross off the list. Gummy Bears Magical Medallion. I picked this up a while ago from one of you viewers out there who was kind enough to send me a package. But I snagged another one up because, you know, I'm going to pass it on and see if I can't help someone else out with their set. Last game is a 360 title called Secret Service. Don't know much about it. Looks like a third-person shooter, maybe? Made by Activision. Know nothing about it. Xbox 360 is good for these kind of games where you would just hear nothing about it, and it's just really odd. It's like, who bought this in the first place? I question that. How are there copies of that floating around? That's it right there, guys. Short and sweet. Yeah, I had some luck. It was nice. I crossed stuff off the list and picked up some figures and some movies, and yeah, next week we're gonna be back at it. We got a package from Richard Bryan Con, which I'm pumped about because, you know, it's the RBK on the Facebooks, and he hooks it up, and he is fam. So we got that to look forward to. Plus, we'll have the rest of the gang here. I know Mo's working on a movie review for you guys. Yesay's going to continue his Let's Plays, and it's almost Too Many Games time, and we're going to start a campaign for that. But I'm going to tell you more about that next week. But thank you so much for joining me, and you'll join the rest of the club next week and for another pickup. We'll see you then, guys.